Hi. So, kind of another different setup. You are in a different room as well. This is my bedroom, but it's where I feel most calm, and I thought this would be the perfect place to film this video. Ever since I put up a video about a month ago now, kind of explaining how planning has changed my life with my anxieties and stuff like that. A few people have been asking for a more in-depth video, but yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear traffic, like cars going past and stuff. I have the window wide open, it's very warm today, and you may hear thunder because we have got a thunderstorm coming, so perfect time to film a video. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to first of all say thank you so much to everyone that commented on that video, either via Facebook or sending me personal messages or commenting on the YouTube video that and on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger. So many lovely supportive comments came in within hours, days of me putting that video up. I was so nervous putting it up, and I did go onto the Miss Brimbles page to ask for kind of some help and support to put it up, and it kind of was a success. I had so many lovely messages, a lot of people asking for advice and stuff, and I tried to message everyone back and comment back to everyone who put comments and stuff, so thank you so much if you did comment. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to film this video for you. I've sat down a few times to film it and kind of stopped or couldn't really bring myself to film it. I have to kind of be in the right kind of frame of mind to talk about all this kind of stuff. I have been kind of feeling kind of anxious the last couple of days, but I kind of thought I'm just going to have to film it because I think I was worrying about this video. Car's going past. Hate that guy. So I don't really know where to start, to be honest. I've basically had anxiety since I was 15. Well, that's where it kind of really started, when I was 15. I think everyone kind of gets anxious around that age. It's a kind of very confusing age. You're starting to go through GCSEs, trying to figure out what you want to do in your life. So it kind of didn't really occur to me that there was anything kind of wrong or particularly wrong. I think I kind of realised that I started struggling a little bit more than everyone else with it. I kind of couldn't let little things go. Whereas someone else would be like, oh, it'll get sorted eventually. I couldn't let that go. I had to sort something out if something needed sorting right this minute. But it kind of never really became anything, really. Then a situation happened, and I'm not going to go into depth to what that is. That's very, very personal to me. But that was kind of, I think the affirming point that something really started happening, and I kind of, my anxiety went from kind of here to like up here, very, very quick, and I really struggled to deal with it. I went through a lot of counselling in school, pretty much daily. Had my first panic attack in school, which was, I think, one of the most frightening things I've ever experienced. I kind of just couldn't deal with life. I kind of fell apart. I pushed everyone away. A lot of my closest friends I pushed away. And then kind of went down a, not so much bad route, but just didn't really give two cares about what my life was going to be like. I kind of just focused on the event that happened, and I kind of shrunk into myself and bunked off school a lot. I don't think I was hardly ever there for year 10, going into year 11, kind of the most important years. I went for my GCSEs, did them, failed most of them, and kind of came out of school not really doing much. I think my mum took me to the doctors multiple times because I started not wanting to go out, being fearful of seeing someone, and I just I just fell apart. My mum was brilliant. She got me into counselling and stuff after school, like after I left school and stuff, so I did that for quite a while. And when I was 16, just over 16, was when my counsellor diagnosed me with anxiety disorder, which is horrible at that age to get that and try and deal with that. And it's a horrible condition that so many people are affected by at different levels. You don't always get diagnosed. Sometimes people just have anxiety and don't really know what it's from, but it's so hard to talk about. Getting that diagnosis from her and her saying, no, this is a natural problem, you need to do something about this, was hard at 16, and being like, yeah, there is something actually not quite right going on. She referred me to my doctor, who put me on medicine. I've tried so many different tablets. I took myself off most of them, pretty much all of them. I just didn't like the effect they had on me. Some people they completely work for, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not against taking medication for it if it helps you, but I just didn't like how I personally reacted to them and the side effects that I had with them. I felt almost drunk. I didn't feel myself. I kind of felt like I was kind of watching myself live my life rather than feeling it myself, and I just didn't like it and decided not to take them and struggled through without them. And it may have been more beneficial to me to stay on them, but at that time I just didn't want to have them. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm not kind of medicated in that way. But yeah, I'm now nearly 25, and I still have anxiety every single day. My triggers, I kind of call them triggers. I've actually heard someone else on Facebook call them triggers, so I think I commented on your status on one of the Planner Addict websites, Facebook group, sorry. But my triggers have changed over the years. Back when I was in school and leaving school and stuff, it was more kind of a social anxiety kind of thing. Now I do have social anxiety, but I kind of pairs with a lot of other stuff. A lot of my triggers are not being able to see an exit out of somewhere. If I'm in a place and I can't see an exit, or I can see it but I can't see a clear route to it, that can be a big problem for me. Also, overheating. I hate heat. I have to get out of wherever the heat is. So during the summertime, it can be a bit hard for me. My kids are another trigger. Not like all the time, but like if they're ill. I have no control over when or if they're ill, or how long it's for. I think that taking that control away from me is a big problem for me. I hate them being ill. I can't focus. My whole life stops because of it. I have a few flick through videos of my planners coming up that you should see, I think just after this one, and you will see that there's a few weeks that don't have any kind of anything filled out, because once my kids are ill, I focus on them and kind of push everything else aside. Which I think in some aspects is a good thing, but your life shouldn't stop for something like that. So I think that's another big problem of mine at the minute, and one of the main triggers. But yeah, a lot of people have said to me, not many people see me when I'm in a episode. I call it an episode basically when I'm a completely different person. I'm not happy and bubbly and cheerful. I'm just quite down, and I don't really socialise with people. I could burst into tears for no reason, and stuff like that. So that a lot of stuff kind of comes from that and stuff. So I completely changed as a person. So not many people have seen that side of me. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a few weeks ago I put up a picture of normal me posing, and then next to it a picture of me in an episode, and the stark change of how I am. So there's no quick fix for anxiety. I know a lot of people kind of want the quick way out, and it's really not. You kind of need to try different things. I'm going back into counselling because my anxiety is kind of reared up again. So I'm in the process of trying to get more counselling again. This video is so rambly. But yeah, what happens when I'm in an episode? I completely change. My heart stops going. I will sweat. I will fidget a lot. I can't sit still. My eyes will dart around. I can't make my brain do what it needs to do. Like if something happens, like a situation happens, for example, my kids a few months ago got gastritis, which is a horrible sickness. It's like a week-long thing, and when my son threw up, my daughter had it and then my son threw up, I literally just froze, and I was like what do I do? And I literally stood there. Obviously my fiance was there, so he was kind of dealing with the kids and cleaning everything up, and I just couldn't make my brain work. I couldn't. When normally someone would be like, oh, okay, right, let's do this, let's clean this, let's figure out what we need to do. I couldn't make my brain do that, and that's a lot of what comes hand in hand with my anxiety. I can't process or deal with situations as quick as what other people can. My ultimate goal, I think, is to kind of not have any episodes for a certain amount of time, or to not feel as anxious, to be able to deal with situations a lot better. I don't want it to get to a point. My daughter's 4, and she already knows if something happens out of the ordinary to come over to me and say, "Mummy, it's okay." And that really bothers me, that she kind of has got that mindset, even though she's a lovely, caring little girl and is probably just saying it because she's just a caring little girl. But the fact that she kind of knows to come over and say that to me, it's hard. It's hard knowing that my daughter is starting to recognise that Mummy changes sometimes, or gets upset more when things change or things out of the ordinary happen. And I don't want it to get to a point where my kids are sitting there and they're scared to talk to me about something because it's out of my comfort zone or it's out of the ordinary, and they're scared that I'm going to react how I react with my anxieties and have a panic attack. I don't want my kids to feel like they can't push out their boundaries and do something different with their life, and I don't want them to grow up knowing Mummy has a condition that makes her more upset. I don't want them to grow up like that. You know, I keep a lot of it away from them so they don't see me when I'm in an episode. I'll kind of go away and my fiance will look after the children, and I'll just kind of go into another room and talk myself out of it and do a lot of breathing techniques and stuff, and make myself feel better for them and put on a new face and smile, and kind of, I don't have panic attacks in front of them and I won't show them anything like that, but I think my daughter, kids are kids and they'll pick up on atmospheres and stuff, and my daughter definitely has got to an age now where she knows certain things, which is hard to deal with. It's hard knowing that she is picking up on stuff with me. She's not asked, obviously, because she's still quite young, but there is going to be a point where I think they may ask why I'm the way I am, and I don't want that to have to come up with them. So yeah, so that's kind of a more in-depth where I am now with my anxieties and what's kind of pushing me to get through it and to get better and stuff. I will do another update video in a few months or so once I've got my counselling started and stuff, and kind of tell you how it's all going. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it's really rambly and stuff. I'm just kind of talking. I've not really got any notes or anything. I just thought I'd talk at the camera, talk about my anxiety and kind of tell you what my mindset is at the minute. But yeah, I will hopefully speak to you all in my next video, and thank you for watching.